The last man your age to cause this kind of excitement, I gotta think, is Mick Jagger. And also, you know, after the debate, Google reported that you were the most clicked on name. More people were searching for you than Justin Bieber's penis. Yeah, it was. So you must be gratified about all this going on. My question to you, I guess, is the word socialist. I want to get right to this because I want to help your campaign. I want to see you get the nomination. I want to see you do president. We have to teach Americans what this is.
We do.
And I don't know if we're doing that yet.
Okay.
I don't think most Americans realize they're already socialists.
In certain respects. Okay. Let's start off with what it is not what we want to change. We want to deal with the grotesque level of income and wealth inequality in America. Very few people think it is acceptable or moral that the top 1/10 of 1% owns almost as much wealth as the bottom 90%. That we have seen a proliferate.
But see, Bernie, you always say that, and I think even the Republicans are not for income inequality. They hear that, but it doesn't compute that that's going to be solved by socialism. Socialism is the programs they already like. They like Social Security. That's socialism. But they like Medicare. They like the VA. They like the military.
No, that's exactly right.
It's already a socialist country.
But what we have to, no, it's not a socialist country.
It's quasi.
Quasi. There are some socialist programs. But what we have got to do is remind fellow Americans that every other major country on earth guarantees health care to all people as a right, and they do it more cost-effectively than we do. We have got to inform the American people that we are the only major country on earth that doesn't guarantee paid family and medical leave. We have got to remind the American people that there's something a little bit crazy when in America we have more people in jail, disproportionately people of color, than any other major country on earth.
All right. But I don't know if we're still undemonizing this word socialism. This is my big thing tonight, to get you to undemonize this word, because, you know, they do polls on who people would vote for. Like, would people vote for a woman, a Jew, a black? Those are in like the low 90s, like 92, 91% of the people. And of course, the other 8%, I think we know who those people are. You won't be getting their vote. Then like 75% of Americans would now vote for a gay person. That's a big change from 10 years ago.
Yep.
60% would vote for a Muslim. 58% would vote for an atheist. Socialist, 47. It's at the very bottom of the barrel. They hear socialist, they think herpes, Bernie. We have to get this.
But then what we do is we have to make the movement, if you like, to correlate what we're talking about. Because on every one of the major issues I am talking about, the American people agree. Do the American people agree that public colleges and universities should be tuition free, as they are in many other countries?
Right.
Do the American people believe that the largest corporations and the wealthiest people, who today are doing phenomenally well while the middle class shrinks, do people believe they should be asked to pay more in taxes? The American people say yes.
Okay. But now this has been studied. The amount of tax revenue that we would get just from taxing the people who, I think your fans think you're talking about, the people who own a yacht, does not come close to covering what you want to pay for.
Not true. Not true.
Come on. You're saying by only taxing the top
No, what I'm saying is there have been articles out there that have been really unfair and wrong. For example, what they are suggesting, if we move toward a Medicare for all single-payer program, which guarantees health care to all people, it would cost a lot of money. That's true. But what they forget to tell you is it would be much more cost-effective than the dysfunctional system we have right now, which is the most expensive per capita on earth.
But it couldn't even work in your home state of Vermont. They were going to institute it, and the governor said, it's going to cost too much money. We just can't do it. It would be the entire budget.
No, well...
That's true.
Well, that's not... I'm not the governor of the state of Vermont. I'm the senator from the state of Vermont.
But he looked at the budget.
Then the question is, Bill, you tell me, Why is it that every other major country on earth,
I will tell you why.
Yeah.
Because they control both ends of it. If you're saying that the government is going to pick up the tab, but not make the insurance companies, the hospitals, and the doctors not gouge people,
right,
then we are going to break the budget. It has to work both ways.
Exactly.
And okay, so then
but here's an example. Here's an example.
So you're going to make the hospitals do that? You're going to because that is
the United
socialist.
States is the only major country on earth that allows private insurance companies to make huge profits in the healthcare system.
Right.
The function of healthcare should be to provide quality care to all people, not to make huge profits of the drug companies and insurance companies.
But
so here is my point. Here is my point. We are spending more per capita on healthcare than any other major country on earth. Our healthcare outcomes are not particularly good, and I believe that healthcare should be a right of all people.
Okay, but you want to increase Social Security.
Yes, and you know how we do that? We pay for it.
Right.
We say that somebody who's making $10 million should not end up paying the same amount as somebody making $118,000. Lift the cap.
Okay.
We can extend and expand Social Security.
Okay. You also want free college.
That's right. Well, stop on. We do not free college. Free public college.
Right.
Free tuition in public colleges and universities. You know how we pay for that? Through a tax on Wall Street speculation.
Okay. Child care.
Yep.
Child care.
Yes.
And single payer.
Now, single payer is more cost effective than what we have right now.
Okay.
In terms of child care, in terms of rebuilding our crumbling infrastructure and creating millions of decent paying jobs, we do away with these huge tax loopholes that corporations of the wealthy enjoy.
So you're saying we can pay for all this without raising taxes on anybody but the 1%?
May have to go down a little bit lower than that, but not much lower.
But that's